back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to another video and welcome to my February TBR Tarot. So if you are new to my channel or you've never seen a TBR Tarot video, basically what I do is I use my Fairy Loot tarot cards to assign a prompt to each tarot card. Each card I pull, I use that prompt to choose a book off of my TBR. I always like to say I did not invent this idea. There are plenty of other creators that do a TBR Tarot. I will leave my playlist down in the description box below for other creators that also do a TBR Tarot. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk over how I did in the month of January, whether or not I'm going to take a punishment. I will also quickly talk about my spinner wheels that I usually pick every single month and how I did with January's picks. I will not be doing spinners for the month of February just because I have so much stuff going on. I am participating obviously in a readathon that I co-host with my besties Karina, Dana, and Nikki, the RomCom Swoonathon. So I am focusing really heavily on reading books for a bingo board and hitting every single prompt on the bingo board with a singular book. So I'm going to aim for 25 books this month, so I'm just not going to add any more extra books that I don't already have planned for this month. That being said, I also will go over my TBR for the RomCom Swoonathon at the end of this video if you're interested to see what I'm going to be reading for each prompt. But without further ado, I have a feeling this video is going to be a little bit long, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to first start off with my spinner wheels. For my series continuation, I got Dark Olympus, and for that I was supposed to read Radiant Sin by Katie Robert, and I did read this. For my Kindle Unlimited pick, I chose Auctioned for Her Blood. Can't remember the author's name, but of course I'll put the picture up on the screen. I unfortunately didn't like this one. I DNF'd it. And then for my subscription box book pick, I chose By a Thread by Lucy Score. Unfortunately, I did not get around to this one, but I am still excited to pick this one up. Okay, at first, for the King of Stars, I was supposed to read House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. I am currently halfway through this book. I am making my way through it. As I'm filming this, it is the Friday before CC3 comes out, and I don't even know what the date is. God, it's the 26th of January, so I still have plenty of time to get my reading in, but I do plan on finishing this one before the third book comes out on Tuesday. For the Hierophant, I was to read Cleat Cute by Meryl Wilsner. Again, I'm halfway through this book, and I am going to try to finish it before the month is over. If not, it'll roll over into February. Hopefully I can get it done. I don't have very much left, so we shall see. I also should mention that I ended up switching out some books because my video plans changed for the month of January, so if you see books that I didn't mention last month, it's because I fit them in for the prompt, but they're not the same book. For the Six of Pentacles, I chose Love Unexpected by Kiwi Tyler. I did not read this one, but I am working on this one for a video project, so I'm hoping to read it before the month is over, but again, if not, it'll roll over into February. For Temperance, I was supposed to read House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas, and I did read this. For the Seven of Stars, this is a stand-in for House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. I will be reading this before the end of the month. I refuse to have spoilers, so I'll be sitting down and reading it in a day on Tuesday the 30th, so I will read this one before the month is over. For the Page of Pentacles, that was Auctioned for Her Blood. As I said, I DNF'd this, so technically it counts. Then we have the Three of Moons, and Dana picked The Edens, A Legacy Story by Daphne Perry, and I did read this. Then for Six of Moons, I had The Charm Offensive by Alison Cochrane, and I did read this. Another prompt that I switched the book out for, we have The Knight of Pentacles, and for that I chose Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I am currently halfway through this one, and will definitely finish it before the month is over. For Death, I chose The Rebel by Sophie Lark, and I did read this. For Strength, I chose My Soul to Keep by Kennedy Ryan, and I did not read this. For the Eight of Stars, I chose Forever Never by Lucy Score, and I did read this. For the Judgment, I chose The Temporary Wife by Katerina Mora, and I did read this. Then for the Moon, I chose The Coldest Winter by Brittany C. Cherry. I am currently in the middle of this one, and I need to finish it before Sunday, the live show, so this will get done before the end of the month. Then for the Chariot, I chose Dark Harmony by Laura Thalassa, and I'm very happy to say that I did read this. For the Fool, I chose Then There Was You. I can't remember the name of this. Contreras, something Contreras, and I did read this. For the Eight of Pentacles, it was a random number generator, and it chose Saint by Sierra Simone, and I did read this. For the Knight of Wands, this was a treat yourself, and I chose to buy myself a copy of Cruel King by Rena Kent, and I unhauled that. I did read it, but I didn't love it. And finally, the Page of Wands was to read Omen of Ice by Juice Accardo. I DNF'd this book. So I had 19 books for the month of January. That being said, I still did really well. Obviously, I'm still reading quite a few books on my list, but I plan on getting a bunch of them done before the month is over. I think at the end of the month, I will probably only have one or two that I haven't finished and I'm rolling over, and then one that I know that I won't get to because it's on my next TBR. Okay, as you guys clearly saw, I need to take a punishment for the month of February, so I did take out my last two punishments so that I don't get them back to back to back, but once I get them all, then I will shuffle them back into the deck. So please enjoy my punishment for the month. Alright friends, let's go ahead and pull my punishment card. I can never shuffle these. A cleaning day. I need this actually, so best punishment I could have got. So of all of the punishments that I could have got this month, this is the best one. Not only do I need to clean my space because it is a mess, but I'm glad that it didn't require me to read any extra books because the amount of books that I have on my TBR this month is absurd. Also, I'm going to try my best to read some books by Black authors since it is Black History Month in February, and of course all of the romances because it's February and the month of love. Alrighty, let's go ahead and jump into pull number 1. Alright, the card just shuffled. Let's pull for pull number 1. The Knight of Stars. So pull number 1 got us the Knight of Stars, and that is to read a book with royalty, and for that I chose Anastasia by Sophie Lark. Woo! This book is massive, 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 massive. But I'm really excited to read this one. I've had this one on my TBR for a little while, and it's definitely been at the back of my mind to pick up for so long. I was waiting for the audiobook to come out, and now that it's out, I needed some extra motivation. So the girls are buddy reading this book in the month of February, and I am literally so excited. This is Sophie Lark's first fantasy romance, and I am literally so pumped. I'm really hoping that I love it, and with this many pages, I better love it because holy moly. But I have no idea really what it's about. I know that it is a retelling of Anastasia, the Romanovs, but I don't know anything more than that. I know that it has magic and a enemies to lovers romance, I think. I'm intrigued. I'm excited. I know Sophie Lark can write a really good story, so I'm pumped for this. Alright, pull number 2. The Devil. Pull number 2 got us The Devil, and that is to read a book with a morally gray character, and for that I'm choosing The Predator by Rue Nix. I'm really excited for this one. It is a buddy read that I'm doing with the besties, and I am so pumped for it. Hopefully, crossing my fingers, I love it. I have been looking forward to this book for a long time. I don't know anything about it. I know it's dark, I know it's spicy, I know it's written by Rue Nix. Those are the 3 things that I know, and it's not very much, so hopefully I really like this one. Pull number 3. The Knight of Pentacles. That is a pull from last month, so I am going to be doing 9 pulls. Okay, our first repeat of the month got us the Knight of Pentacles, and that is to read a book for a video idea. I plan on vlogging my entire experience for the RomCom Swoonathon, so that's going to be a part of my video idea, which is perfect because I could literally fit in any book and it would totally work for this prompt. So I'm fudging it a little bit, but it definitely works. And for this, I'm going to be prioritizing one of my 2 arcs that I need to get done before the end of February, and that is Love Interrupted by Sadie Rose. She was very kind to gift me both an e-arc and a physical arc of her book coming out on March 5th. It is a second chance romance that I am literally so excited for. The cover is so cute, and the art that she's been putting up of these 2 characters is literally so stunning. I met Sadie at Steamy Con in August, and she was just so kind and so nice, so I'm very excited to read her newest release. Pull number 4. The 3 of Stars. Then we got the 3 of Stars, and this is to read a book with multiple perspectives, and for this I'm slotting in my second arc for the month, and that is This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. I am literally so excited, and this book is a little bit cheating because I'm already currently 40% of the way through this one, but there's no way I'm going to be finishing in January with all of my big reading plans, reading CC3 for the last 2 days of the year. So I knew I was going to have to roll this one over into February, and it's perfect because it's Black History Month, and I just love reading Kennedy Ryan. So crossing my fingers that I can finish that one up before March 5th. This one is the second book in the Skyland series following Soledad, and she's having a very, very tough time in her life. Something tragic has happened with her husband, and she is left raising her 2 kids on her own with very little funds, and she ends up falling in love with the one man that she shouldn't want. And it's so good. It's so emotional. It's so angsty, but it's also so good. So I'm excited to get to that one. Pull number 5. The Ace of Stars. Our next pull got us the Ace of Stars, and that is to read a book with the A or of at the beginning of the title. And for that, I'm choosing A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. I have been meaning to read this one for forever. I was supposed to buddy read this with Mike in November, or maybe before that, I'm not even sure. He read it in the month that we were supposed to read it, and here I am months later still having not read it. I promised him that I would get it on my February TBR, and here it is, so I'm very excited to get to this one. It is a Hades and Persephone retelling, and I'm excited to finally get around to this one. Pull number 6. the Six of Moons. This is another pull from last month, so we're up to 10. Another extra pull for the month. You know, I just wanted it to be a nice solid 8, but no. Honestly, I don't know why I'm surprised. I had 19 cards that could have been pulled over this month of February, so honestly, I'm not surprised. But we got a Six of Moons, and that is to read a viewer recommendation. I'm going to pop the viewer recommendation up on the screen. I can't remember who recommended it, but honestly, you saved my life because this book was already on my list of books that I wanted to read this month. How you made that happen, I don't know, but I'm so grateful. And that is The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. I'm so excited for this. I love Abby Jimenez so much, and I've been very much looking forward to picking up more books by her. More of her backlist. I have read her newest 2. I'm just excited to pick up more that she has written. I don't really know too much about this, but I know it has a meet cute. I know that for sure. I know that it has to do with a wedding. I don't really know. I'm excited. I believe it's also Friends to Lovers, so hopefully I really enjoy this one, and I love more of Abby Jimenez's work. Pull number 7. The Chariot. Another pull, so 11 pulls. Oh boy. Then we got back-to-back extra pulls. It's fine. And that is The Chariot, to read a book involving war. And for this, I am continuing my reread of the Massverse. Yes, did I just finish reading the last series that I needed to read? Absolutely. Have I decided to reread every single one of her books this year? Yes, and for that I'm going to be reading Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, the first book in the ACOTAR series. I'm literally so excited to finally go back and annotate this book. It has been a book that I have been meaning to annotate for so long, and I just never got around to doing it. So definitely now is the time. I'm so excited. I feel like it's the perfect book to read in February, and I'm just so excited to pick up more books by her throughout the year. Pull number 8. The Emperor. Next up, we got The Emperor, and this is to read a billionaire romance. And for that, I'm going to be reading The Worst Best Man by Lucy Score. I did look this up on Goodreads, and it fell under the billionaire category, so it was perfect because I needed to read it this month anyways. I'm really excited. This one also has to do with a wedding, I'm assuming, because it's about a best man. I believe it's also Hate to Love, or Enemies to Lovers. I'm not sure, but I'm just excited to get around to it. It's been a book that I've wanted to read for a while, and you guys know that I love a good Lucy Score book, so I'm really hoping to love this one as well. Pull number 9. The Four of Stars. Our next pull got us the Four of Stars, and this is to read a Why Choose. For this, I'm going to be reading Thief of Silver and Souls. I don't know anything about this. I know it's Why Choose, I know it's paranormal, but other than that, I don't know anything else. It's like fanro, Why Choose romance, and I literally am so excited for it. I don't know who I heard talking about this. Maybe it was the Raven-Haired Reader, I'm not sure, but they were hyping it up, and I was like, okay, say no more. I want to read it. So the cover is stunning. I'm hoping I love it. I love a good Why Choose, so I'm crossing my fingers that I love this one. Pull number 10. The Knight of Wands. We're now up to 12 pulls. That is a pull from last month. We were getting so close to the end, but of course we had another pull from last month, and that is the Knight of Wands to Treat Your Shelf. I'm hoping this Treat Your Shelf goes better than my last Treat Your Shelf, and for this I'm going to be picking up Endurance by Amy Dawes, the second book in the Harris Brothers series. I've been meaning to collect the rest of these books for quite some time, so I'm looking forward to finally having a physical copy in my hand and finally getting to the second book in the series. After this, I only have one more book to read and I will be done with the series. I'm literally so excited, and that means I can finally reread Surrender and Dominate, and I'm literally so excited. So I don't know anything about this really. I know that it's fake dating, and I know that it's sports romance. That's it. That's all I know, and I'm so excited for it. Pull number 11. The Hanged Man. Our next pull got us The Hanged Man, and that is to read a romantic suspense. For this, I'm going to be reading Echoes of You by Catherine Cowles, the second book in the Lost and Found series. I loved the first book so much. It ended up in my favorites of last year, and I'm literally so pumped to read the second book. I am glad that I was able to snag myself a copy of the hardcovers because they are gorgeous underneath the dust jacket, and I'm slowly collecting these, so I needed an excuse to read the second one so I can buy the third one in hardcover, because every time I read one, I get to buy one. It's a nice little reward for myself. I'm excited for this one. I don't know anything about it. I know it's romantic suspense. I know it's small town. That's all I know, and I'm excited for it. And what is hopefully our last pull, pull number 12. the Eight of Moons. And finally, our last and final prompt for the month, and that is Eight of Moons. This is to read a book with disability rep, and for this I chose Love Flushed by Evie Mitchell. This is part of the All Access series. I read the first one, Not My Type, at the end of last year, and I really enjoyed it. These are short little novellas, so it shouldn't take me too long. I really don't know the synopsis of this one, but I do know that it does have disability rep. Almost all of Evie Mitchell's books have disability rep, which is great, and I'm excited to get around to the last book that's currently published in the series. Alright friends, here is my official list for my tarot TBR for the month of February. I have a lot of books on here that I don't actually own, so the stack is a lot bigger than it looks, I promise, but I am excited for every single book on this list. I cannot wait to devour all of them, and hopefully I can read many, many more to fill the RomCom Swoonathon bingo board. Speaking of that, let me go ahead and go over my TBR for the bingo board and share with you all the books I'm hoping to read in the month of February. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pop the bingo board up on the screen just so you can see what I'm talking about and go through the prompts rapid fire. So for workplace, I want to read By a Thread by Lucy Score. For Grumpy Sunshine, I chose A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. For young adult, I would love to read Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. For meet cute, I chose The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. For disability rep, I want to read Love Flushed by Evie Mitchell. For friends to lovers, I want to pick up My Soul to Keep by Kennedy Ryan. For found family, I chose to read This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. For mixed media, I'm picking up Real by Kennedy Ryan. For second chance, I'm going to pick up Love Interrupted by Sadie Rose. For fake dating, I chose Endurance by Amy Dawes. For spicy, I'm going to be reading The Predator by Aru Nix. For the enemies to lovers prompt, I would like to read Thief of Silver and Souls. For the billionaire prompt, of course, I'm going to be reading The Worst Best Man by Lucy Score. For a bookish read, I chose to pick up A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. For school setting, I would like to reread Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. For celebrity, I'm going to pick up Anastasia by Sophie Lark. For love triangle, I want to read When You Are Mine by Kennedy Ryan. For time span, I would love to pick up The Fire Between High and Low by Brittany C. Cherry. For age gap, I'm going to pick up A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And finally, for small town, I want to reread Wolf Song by TJ Klune. Alrighty friends, that is everything for my February TBR. If you would like to join us for the RomCom Swoonathon, I will leave all of the information and the co-hosts down in the description box below. Of course, if you would like to join us in our monthly book club read, we are reading Real by Kennedy Ryan for the book club pick of the month. I'm very excited to reread this one, and I cannot wait to hear all of your guys' thoughts. For RomCom Swoonathon, we will be having sprints every single Friday and a movie night every single Sunday, so if you would like to join us, again, check the description box for more information. That being said, I'm very excited for the month of February. Please do let me know what you guys plan on reading in the month of February. For Black History Month, I unfortunately did not fit in as many Black authors as I would have liked, but it just kind of worked out that way with how I was planning my reading this month, but I do plan on reading diversely throughout the rest of the year. It just sucks that I didn't get to prioritize as many Black authors as I would have liked. That being said, that is the end of this video. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and of course leave any comments, questions, suggestions in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Baby, turn it down like a sweet and ready. Boys, keep it nice and steady.